Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. My name is Tara and this is my twin sister Cassie. We are the twins of crypto.
And every morning we come together to give you guys our thoughts and opinions on the crypto market. So make sure you subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our future updates.
Yeah, and so it's been a while since we've had an update, so we're excited to get back into the charts with you guys. Not much has really happened with Bitcoin, guys, but we do want to show you what we think is going on in a couple levels that you need to watch out for. And also on Ethereum, it hasn't reached that full 4,200 target. So we need to take you guys in there and show you a couple of things that we think is going on there. And then also XRP attempted that triangle again, which is now at 54 cents and it's now resistance. So we do need to take you in there and show you guys what to watch out for next on XRP. We have a lot to cover in this video. Make sure you guys watch the entire video so you guys know what to expect in the crypto markets for the rest of this week. All right, let's get into it. So here we are on Bitcoin and I'm on the 4-hour time frame. In our last update, we had mentioned to you guys that this 618 here, which would have been that fifth wave of wave C, this is what I felt like was the end of this correction here, or the final wave of this wave C coming down here. We had mentioned to you guys, and Cassie showed you an alternative scenario where this could turn into a deeper correction just because of the levels that this landed at and how it broke this major support here at 67.8. And so we had warned to you guys that this 0.5 fib up here was going to be major resistance, or it was going to be that fib that really signals to us if this is going to form a deeper correction or not. And you can see how it formed major resistance right at that level. And it did break up above it. This break here is making it a little unclear as far as the waves go, really what's going to happen next. But I do want to show you guys what I think could be happening. And so from this bottom here, I am tracking this as a 5-wave structure. The reason why I say it's unclear is because there's a couple things that have happened during this 5-wave structure that are not typical of what the structure would look like, meaning this higher high on this RSI here on our 5th wave. So typically we would have this highest strength during our wave 3, which we know that was under significant resistance at that time. So this is something that is not really in line with the 5-wave structure. It is not invalid. So after this 5-wave has been complete, I am tracking a wave 2 coming down, and that's how I got these support levels here. And you can see that this wave 2 is still at typical wave 2 levels, where it did bounce perfectly off that 786 support level, and now we're right at that 67.8 fib level, which is going to continue to be a critical level in the market. So for right now, what I'm watching for is to get back up above the 67.8 and really hold it as support. We need some really strong volume to come in, because if this was our wave 2, wave 3 is next, and it needs really strong volume and high participation. So right now we're not seeing that yet. And so like I've mentioned on Twitter, and Cassie has a couple times, as long as we are under this 0.5 fib here at 69.1, we should expect lower levels, which it does have a target down here around this 0.5 at 64.2. So like I said, we need to get back up above this critical level here at 67.8 or 9 or so, and then back up above this critical resistance before we can confirm that major wave 3 push that we're going to have. So that's just what I'm watching out for the rest of the week on Bitcoin. Let's see if Cassie can take us in further into the subwaves and give you guys a closer look at what's going on.
All right, you guys. So here we are on Bitcoin 1 hour. And basically what Tara was talking about is exactly what I have on my chart here. I just have both scenarios mapped out here for you guys. So you can see we have that almost perfect ABC, which could be our full wave 2 target there. That did come close to a 0.5 retrace, but we could also be in a deeper correction with that C, like Tara said, landing at 64.6 or 64.3 on my chart, 65. This is all where our C target is landing. So you can see we have 2 plans here. We have the purple plan, which is the deeper ABC correction. And in that plan, to confirm the purple plan, we would need to make a new low below 66.4. So if we do make a new low below that, then that would really confirm our C wave target here. But then this would still be our wave 2, guys, preparing for a large wave 3 up next. So we're still, either way, still tracking this as a 2, but whether or not it's complete or not yet is uncertain. So that's our first scenario, that purple scenario with the deeper C. And then we have the scenario here in blue where this wave 2 is complete, or the larger wave 2 is complete. And we are working on a sub wave 2, like Tara talked about. That subwave 2 has already reached a 786 retrace. So it's already hit a target. We would be waiting for, just like Tara said, we would be waiting for large volume and participation next in this blue plan here. So for the blue plan, we will be waiting for that large wave 3 next, meaning we need to hold these local retraces here and not start to make a new low. So those are the 2 scenarios that I think that we're tracking on Bitcoin for now. And unfortunately, it's kind of stuck right between the 2. So
it needs to push in either direction.
Yeah, I think that's it for Bitcoin. What do you think, Tar?
Yeah, I think that's it. Let's get over to Ethereum then. Okay, so here we are on Ethereum on the 4-hour time frame. And this is that target that we had showed you guys how to put on your charts in our last update, which would have been that 5th wave up here at 4,200. And you can see Ethereum is just really kicking sideways. It's not really forming any type of wave structure, and it hasn't come up and reached that 4,200 yet. So we do still have this as a target. We do believe that once this starts to form some waves and push up here, possibly with Bitcoin, this could come up and still hit that 4,200 target. So for right now, guys, because we haven't formed really any further wave structure, we are just waiting for, like on Bitcoin, we're waiting for volume to come in and a push really in either direction. We need some volume to come in so that we can come up and hit the 618 here. I do want to mention that this 618 should have lower strength than our wave 3 over here. So we are coming down a bit on the RSI. This is signaling to us that when we do, or if we do come up and make that new high, it should have a lower strength than up here. So right now it is in line with the 5th wave. We just aren't seeing really any waves yet. So that's something that we're going to be watching for on Ethereum as the rest of the week continues. So let's see if Casi can zoom in here into the subwaves and give you a closer look at what's going on.
All right, guys, so here we are on Ethereum 1 hour. And this was that really nice, perfect wave 4 bounce that we had. And this is that wave 5 up that we're tracking up towards that 42 area. So you can see the subwaves in here are really unclear, but overall, we should be hitting support in this plan, generally around here up towards our last high. There's a few things to keep in mind. So this did slightly make a new high. But now we're back down in the wave 3 prices, which is kind of bearish to me. I think that we can't discount another touch to this 382 yet. If we do come down to the 382 again, we would remeasure our wave 5 and restart our wave 5 counts. But if we do start to come up from here, these retraces, it would still be our 4,200 target there. It would just be a weird wave 5 structure. But I wanted to point out how we could still come down to that 382, which is at 3,547. That's going to be our support for any new high. So we can't, even though we did get a perfect touch there, breaking back down into these levels is kind of bearish. So we could still expect a touch there and be prepared for that. Otherwise, you can see that this is kind of where it's at right now, a flip to support. So this was resistance, 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 and now it's support, support, support. So this is still looking okay, even though the waves are a little funky. It's still looking okay up to our 4,200 high. And like Tara mentioned, we are getting like bearish tops as it's forming this. So there really isn't much else to be said, you know, on Ethereum. So we have our sell here and our support down here. So you can see stuck right in the middle of that.
Yeah.
And then look at this RSI too. It really looks like a breakout is going to come soon. So maybe we are going to get that break to wave 5. It's really triangling on the RSI and consolidating. So, and then to confirm that it is a wave 5, we would want it to hold these bearish divergences as it comes up. So that's also really critical because it could come up to wave 5 and just really blow it out of the way and start to form just a larger wave 3 with a lot of strength. So as always, we need to really watch price action as it reaches this level and see if it holds this bearish top here, which you can see it has a lot of room to keep that bearish trend. So yeah, I think that's really it on Ethereum.
All right. let's get over to XRP then. Okay, so here we are on XRP on the 4-hour time frame, and this was that attempt back into the triangle that I had mentioned to you guys. The bottom of the triangle is slightly coming up a bit, so you can see it's now sitting at around 54 cents, which is going to be a critical level as we continue out the rest of this triangle, because that is our 618 retrace. That's a very significant level right now on XRP. So we need to get back into this triangle and back above the 618 here and build it as support, so we can confirm that that new trend is starting. And you can see that when it did come up and attempt to break back in here, it had a really difficult time breaking into the triangle again. So like we've mentioned before to you guys, we don't believe that XRP is going to make a new low. We think it is just going to be trending sideways at least a little bit until we get that volume and until we really get that break out of this triangle. So even though we're not back into the triangle, we do think that it's just probably going to be continuing sideways and trending between these critical fibs here until we get that break. So that's something that we're going to be watching out for on XRP within the next week or so. Let's have Casi take us in further and give you a closer look at what's going on.
Okay, guys, so here we are on XRP 1 hour, and you can just really see the consolidation that's happening. Typically, so this is the end here. This purple triangle is that 6-year consolidation, and we have another mini triangle forming that is very near a close too. So this will happen at the end of really large triangles. You'll start to see many different smaller triangles coming to a close near the apex. So this is the market folding in on itself, closing all of these smaller degrees as it approaches this larger degree close that it's about to have. And you can see that we are just really consolidated now. There is not much price action, and I honestly think that we're going to get a breakout any day from this. We're holding really nicely on our 6.5 support, and this is our 618 retrace here, like Tara just talked about, at that 54 cents. So zooming in here, you can just really see how close we are. Like Tara mentioned, I do not think that we're going to get another low. I think what's going to happen is the break out of this triangle here will send us up to a break above resistance, and then we'll get our test as support after that. So like Tara, I don't think that we're going to make a new low on XRP. I think just any day now we're going to get a break that we're expecting. So you can see that at the start of this triangle here, we're looking at about 50% spread. And then as you get closer, obviously the triangle is less and less spread. Between the support and resistance now is less than 1%. So it's getting really, really tight. We could get this all the way down to literally zero movement. So that's something that we could be expecting, but that would just be even further confirmation that a breakout is about to happen. So this price action, how it's just really stuck and getting consolidated, could really flatline for a little bit until we get our break. So any day now, I think we'll get our volume that we need. And then also I wanted to point out the RSI too. You can see on the 1 hour, I've just been tracking this trend line here that it's been using as support and then resistance for a while. And now just in this last hour, we've broken back up above that. So hopefully this is that push that we need to get us out of there, right now in the next day or so. So I think Wednesday could be really exciting for the market, and I think we could actually break these resistances. So as this is coming to the close, all of these are just really significant resistances. So even though they're all really close in price, we could really bounce around in here. So a lot could happen as it breaks back into here, like we've talked about in previous updates. But ideally, what we're looking for is a break out of this resistance area and then a flip to support. So that's our main action that we're looking for to confirm that it's on to new highs. So
and Cass, today is Wednesday.
So as the day progresses.
Okay.
Wednesday could bring, it hasn't really started.
So
as today goes on, I think that we could get our break that we need, but we need to really watch all these critical resistance areas on the way up. And that's it for today's update, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow with another one.